In this episode, we will walk through the process of creating a rigid pipe route in Autodesk Inventor. Open the assembly file, rotate the model to a clearer view, and take a closer look at the tank. Check whether the user-defined work plane is visible in the model. If it is not displayed, turn on the visibility of user-defined work planes by pressing Alt plus right bracket. This work plane will help you position route nodes accurately. In the browser, expand Tube and Pipe Runs, then double-click Run 01 to activate it. On the Pipe Run tab, go to the Route panel and click New Route. Click OK to accept the default route name and file location. Next, on the Route tab, go to the Create panel and click Route. Move the cursor over the union connected to the tank. Then click when the connection point is highlighted. Move the cursor along the route axis. The green dot indicates the current location, while the tooltip shows the offset distance. Do not select the line yet. To place the second node at an exact distance along the route axis, move the cursor over the axis and enter 150. This opens the Enter Distance dialog box. Press Enter to create the node and segment with constraints relative to the start node. Let's learn more about the 3D orthogonal tool. Firstly, existing route segment. This is the most recently created route segment, or the segment connected to the node from which the route is being extended. Direction axes. These refer to the Y and Z axes used for route direction control. Angle control handles. These handles are used to adjust the angle of the line extender axis in relation to the existing route segment. Straight arrows change the angle in 45-degree increments, while curved arrows allow you to set any angle. Next, line extender axis. This axis extends from the node away from the previous segment. By default, it is aligned with the existing route segment. Rotation handles. These handles allow you to rotate the tool around the line extender, either dynamically or by entering an exact angle value. And finally, radius handles. These appear when creating a tube route or a pipe route with a custom bend. They are used to define the bend radius. The axis colors match the 3D indicator used in assembly and part models. Red represents the x-axis, green represents the y-axis, and blue represents the z-axis. Here's a useful tip. Use the plus and minus keys to increase or decrease the size of the tool. To create a node along an axis at an approximate distance, move the cursor over the horizontal direction axis and review the maximum preview distance. Press the plus key to increase the length of the tool axis if necessary. Then, move the cursor until the tooltip shows a distance of approximately 250 millimeters from the previous node and click to place the node. To create a 45-degree bend, click the Route Angle Control arrow. Next, right-click in the graphics window and select Point Snap to turn it on. You can also enable Point Snap from the Tool Settings section in the Properties panel. Move the cursor over the horizontal work plane, passing through the pump. When a dashed line shows the intersection between the work plane and the line extender, click to place the node. Finally, click the upper Route Angle Control arrow to return the line extender to a horizontal position. Now let's toggle off the Autoroute. Move the cursor over the circular edge on the adjacent frame rail. When a dashed line extends from the center of the edge to the line extender, click to create another node. To define the endpoint of the route, toggle the Autoroute back on. Move the cursor over the union connected to the pump. When the connection point is highlighted, click to place the end node. Then, click OK to close the Properties panel. In addition, let's go through an example of using the Rotation Snap in creating a rigid route. To turn on Rotation Snap, right-click in the Graphics window and select Rotation Snap from the Shortcut menu. A check mark indicates that Rotation Snap is enabled. With Rotation Snap active, click and drag a rotation arrow on the 3D orthogonal route tool. Move the cursor over the circular edge on the adjacent frame rail. When a dashed line shows that the tool axis intersects the axis of the circular edge, release the mouse button. Do not click the circular edge directly. If you click while the circular edge is highlighted, the route will continue to the center point of that edge. Next, hover over the center of the circular edge, click to place the node. Finally, define the endpoint of the route, click OK to close the Properties panel. Next, let's see how the Autoroute section reacts when a route segment length is changed. Double-click Route 01. In the Graphics window, double-click the 150 mm dimension assigned to the first route segment. In the Edit Dimension dialog box, enter 200 mm as the new segment length, then click the green check mark to apply the change. The other sketched route segments keep their original length and orientation, while several new segments are added to the auto-routed section. As a result, the rigid pipe route no longer follows the desired path and does not fit properly along the frame. To correct this, right-click and select Undo. In this case, we will replace the Autoroute section with a sketched route segment. In the browser, right-click Autoroute 1 and select Convert to Sketch. Now edit the 150mm dimension of the first route segment and change it to 200mm. This time, the route updates without adding extra segments. After that, the route can be populated automatically. On the Route tab, click Finish Route. Inventor places the conduit segments and elbows along the route, and the fittings and pipe segments are listed under Run 01 in the browser. From this example, you can apply the same workflow when creating a tube route or a self-draining pipe run.